come to order. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
City of Romulus City Council regular meeting agenda for Monday, July 23rd, 2018. We took a roll call vote earlier at the meeting at 7 o'clock this evening, and we do have a quorum.
Thank you.
Number 1 is agenda. Number 2, minutes. Number 3, petitioner. Number 4, chairperson's report. 5 is the mayor's report. 6A is the clerk's report. 6B is the treasurer's report. 7 is public comment. 8, unfinished business. 9, new business. 10, communication. 11 is warrant 18-14, and 12 is adjournment. And we would need approval of the agenda.
Mr. Chair, I'll make a motion to approve the agenda.
Support.
Been motioned by Ms. Roscoe, supported by Mr. Wadsworth for approval of the agenda as presented. Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Ms. Webb?
Yes.
Chair votes yes. Agenda approved.
2A is approval of the minutes from the regular council meeting held July 9th, 2018.
We'll move for July the 9th, 2018.
Support.
Been motioned by Mr. Wadsworth, supported by Ms. Webb, for approval of the minutes from our regular council meeting, July 9th, 2018. Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Webb?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Chair votes yes. Motion approved.
2B is approval of the minutes from the special meeting held Monday, July 9th, 2018. It was an open session regarding the SAW grant.
So moved, Mr. Chairman, for the special meeting of on July the 9th.
Support.
Been motioned by Mr. Wadsworth, supported by Ms. Roscoe, and this is for the approval of the minutes from the special council meeting held July the 9th, 2018, the open session for the SAW grant. Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Ms. Webb?
Yes.
Chair votes yes. That motion is approved.
3A is petitioner, and this evening we have Mr. Edward Evanoff of 37244 Wabash. He's requesting council approval for a block party.
Thank you.
Be
Could you
hosting.
speak just a little bit in the mic? It's kind of directional. Thank you.
Okay, I'd like to host a wedding at my house for my daughter on August 11th. I live on Wabash between Huron River Drive and North Line, and it's the dirt road. There's 2 homes on that, which both homes are in the family.
Any questions from council?
There's no problem with that. I move that we issue the permit for the block party at the 37244 Wabash. And are you going to be in a tuxedo?
I'm not.
I didn't think so.
It's going to be a
Support.
picnic wedding.
Wish you luck.
Thank you.
Yes, Ms.
Didn't you want to close off the road?
We'd like to block it off on actually both ends, with one end just being maybe wide enough for a car, so we can't have people coming down and realize it's closed.
Okay. Okay, it's been motioned by Mr. Wadsworth, supported by Ms. Williams, and this is for the council approval for the block party from Edward Endorf.
Mr. Burton, just you'll make contact with the DPW to get some type of barricade, and you'll be responsible for them too.
That's correct.
Okay, fine. Thank you.
At 37244 Wabash on Saturday, August 11th, 2018, from 8 a.m. until 9 p.m. Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Ms. Webb?
Yes.
Chair votes yes. That motion is approved.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Number 4 is the chairperson's report.
Thank you, Deputy Clerk. Tonight we had a public hearing on the demolition list 18-01. That was at 7 p.m. At this time, I'm going to recognize our Councilman Bill Wadsworth.
Thank you, Mr. Barton. This is just a good. This is just a good story in our town, and it involves the animal shelter. About 2 weeks ago, I got a call from one of our seniors that live up in the tower, and her cat of 18 years had passed away. And she was very lonely, and I talked to her on the phone for about a half hour that day. And I made the phone call to make arrangements to find her a replacement cat. I talked to her tonight, and the people at the shelter did a wonderful job, and she couldn't be, she said, more pleased, and now she has a new friend, and she's not lonely. Thanks to folks at the animal shelter.
Thank you, Bill.
Okay.
And now Chair's going to recognize Councilwoman Webb.
If I may, I'd like to make a motion for a resolution to recognize Mary Geneva Denby, and I'd like to discuss on that.
Support.
Okay, it's been motioned by Ms. Webb, supported by Ms. Roscoe for resolution.
Mary Geneva Denby, she will turn on July 28th, 90 years old. She retired from the United States Postal Services. She's lived in LA and she's lived in Atlanta, Georgia. But I wanted to read something because she shares her wisdom with her family and her friends. And her saying always has been, before you can love anyone else, you have to learn to love thyself properly. And also her favorite poem, How to Love Yourself. So I wish Miss Denby a beautiful, beautiful 90th birthday.
Thank you, Ms. Webb. Ms. Webb,
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe,
Yes.
Ms. Williams,
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth.
Yes.
Chair votes yes. Motion approved. I'd like to wish Councilwoman Talley a safe trip back from her travel. And I'd like to wish Councilwoman Abdo for a speedy recovery. I'd like to turn to Mr. Mayor.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chairman. As several of us know, Councilwoman Abdo had surgery just a while back. She wanted to ensure City Council and the public that upon her feeling better in her recovery, she will be getting back to people and returning calls and so forth. But anytime anybody goes through something like that, we just want to let Kathy know that she's in our thoughts and prayers for a speedy recovery. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. That concludes the chairperson's report.
Mr. Chair, I'll make a motion to accept your report.
Support.
A motion by Ms. Roscoe, supported by Ms. Webb, to accept the chairperson's report. Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Ms. Webb?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes. Yes.
Chair votes yes, and thank you.
5 is the mayor's report, and under 5E, under your report, Mayor, we do have a request to speak.
Okay. Good evening, City Council, Deputy Clerk, and audience. Tonight, the quote I brought goes as this: some people dream of success, while other people get up every morning and make it happen. And I picked that quote to give a shout out, as Councilman Wadsworth gave a shout out about people in our department stepping up and helping. Often we get communicated with a lot of different ways. We get calls, I get text messages, people come to the office, social media, Facebook. So there was a post on Facebook about some tall grass at Wayne Road and I-94 interchange when you get off just south of McDonald's area, south of McBride Street. And so when I came in yesterday, I drove by, looked at it, put in a request. Before I got back home yesterday, I saw a post from a Facebook friend of mine, Susie Farhat, and she basically posted that her husband, on the way home, stopped, saw that tall grass, took it upon himself to cut it so that it was safe looking both north and south. And this is one that we had been communicating to Wayne County and MDOT on apparently for a while. So believe it or not, we have some great people in this community. So here before we could even get a response out of Wayne County, took it upon himself. I'm not encouraging people to go out and cut the sides of the freeways or anything, but if it's a safety issue, we do respond. We try to respond if it's city property or a hazard in any way. Obviously, it's the responsibility of other municipal governments to do that. But I just want to take a time to give a shout out to her husband Keith for taking initiative and doing that. We sure appreciate it here at City Hall. We have a lot going on, so if we could run the quick video clip, please, Roger, and then I'll get into my report.
Here are some events coming up. The Farmers Market is operating every Wednesday and will run through September the 26th. It is located near the pavilion at the Historical Park in downtown Romulus. Next Sounds in Downtown will be on Friday, July the 27th, a tribute to Journey by the band Infinity and Beyond. The American Progressive Association will hold their annual community festival on Friday the 27th through Sunday the 29th at the Coleman Center. Relay for Life will be held Saturday, August the 4th and 5th. The 24-hour event will begin at 10 a.m. with the opening ceremony and survivor and caregiver brunch. The program will go on overnight and end at 10 a.m. in the morning. Relay for Life will also hold a pub crawl Saturday evening. They will visit 5 pubs starting at Walters at 7 p.m. Beginning Monday, July the 30th, the Recreation Department will present summer youth and adult cardio classes. The youth classes are for kids ages 7 to 18. Adult classes start at 8 p.m. The library is hosting Toddler Story Time on Wednesdays at 10:30 a.m. And on Tuesday the 24th, will feature The Magician Baffling Bill at 6 p.m. Find out more about all of our community events. Go to the locations noted on your screen. Thank you for watching.
Thank you, Dennis. Now under my normal report, I have some action items there. First, we'll start with 5A, and we have a recommendation from Kathy Ritter, Assistant Director of Public Works, and Steve Hitchcock, our City Attorney. And this is a request to concur with the administration, adopt the attached annual community resolution accepting long-term maintenance of stormwater management systems.
So moved, Mr. Chairman, to accept the long-term maintenance of the stormwater management system.
Support.
It's been motioned by Mr. Wadsworth, supported by Ms. Webb, for annual community resolution accepting long-term maintenance of stormwater management systems. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote. Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Webb?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Thank you, City Council. Next is a recommendation from Lynn Conway, Purchasing Director, and Kathy Ritter, Assistant DPW Director. And this is to concur the administration, extend bid award 17/18-23, and that's for the purchase of 2 2019 Ford Police Interceptor utility all-wheel drive vehicles for the Romulus Police Department with signature Ford, the amount $65,730. Those funds have been verified and budgeted and available out of the Motor Vehicle Fund capital outlay.
Chair, I'll make that motion for extension of bid award 17/18-23 for 2 police interceptors.
Support.
It's been motioned by Ms. Roscoe, supported by Mr. Wadsworth, for extension of bid award 17/18-23, 2 police interceptors. Discussion. Ms. Williams.
Yes, through the chair. Mayor, so there's been an additional fee added to the original cost?
Added to the original bid. This was a extension of a bid. The additional, I see listed, there were $30,715 each, and that was for the 36,000 36-month factory bumper to bumper, and then there was a $2,150, so that puts the total at $32,865. So that is correct.
Okay, John.
Okay. Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Webb?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Thank you, Council. The next item is the upfitting for those vehicles, and this is a recommendation from Lynn Conway, Purchasing Director, and Kathy Ritter, Assistant DPW Director, and this is to concur with administration, extend bid award 17/18-24 for the upfitting of those two vehicles that you just approved, $16,634. Those funds have been verified and budgeted and available also at the Motor Vehicle Fund Capital Outlay account.
Through the chair, if I may, I'd like to make that motion to concur with administration and extend bid award 17/18-24 for the upfitting of the two 2019 Ford Police Interceptor utility all-wheel drive vehicles for the Romulus Police Department, and with discussion.
Motion by Ms. Webb, supported by Ms. Roscoe, for extension of bid award 17/18-24, upfitting for two Ford Police Interceptors. Discussion?
Yes,
Ms. Webb.
I appreciate getting the information. The last two vehicles that was purchased, I asked if they were fully dressed, and the officer said yes, but he didn't have the correct information. So when he brought it back the following week, I had to question it. So I appreciate from the police department giving me the complete information that the new vehicles and also what they have to do to the vehicles once they have arrived.
No problem.
All right, thank you. Ms. Webb?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Chair votes yes. Motion approved.
Thank you, Council. The next item that you have is a recommendation from Mary Drewer, DDA Director, Lynn Conway, Purchasing Director, and the DDA Board, based on the attached resolution. And this is a recommendation to concur with administration and award the contract for replacement parts for the decorative street lighting located in the DDA district for the city of Romulus to the overall lowest bidder, Annexter Inc., for the purchase of any items priced and bid priced on the as-needed basis for a 2-year time frame ending May 23rd of 2020. And those funds have been verified and budgeted out of the DDA Fund Community Economic Development Machinery Expense account.
Mr. Chairman, I'll move that we approve IT bid 17/18-45 for a 2-year price of fixed pricing for the DDA street light replacement parts.
Support.
It's been motioned by Mr. Wadsworth, supported by Ms. Webb, for the ITB 17/18-45 2-year fixed pricing with the DDA street light replacement parts. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote. Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Webb?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Chair votes yes. Motion approved.
Thank you, City Council. I think the Deputy Clerk said there was a request to speak before I get into this one, Mr. Chairman.
Okay.
So Sharon Walker.
Yes. Okay.
Mayor, council members. Okay. I have read 5E, Foreclosure Property Rehab Program, and I can say Realty Transitions has done a good job. I've drove by some of the places and they've done a good job. I've been following this for 3 years. I talked to Mr. Key, I talked to the city attorney, I talked to the county, with the county clerk. And I am assured the city has the right of first refusal. So I can put that to bed. It states in RT's contract they must pay the city for acquiring the land within 3 days. So the city buys the land, if I'm understanding, and the RT pays for the land. I noticed on their list they have demoed 11 structures. I'm sure the demo cost is paid by them.
It is.
Since the city only takes houses, what happens to the other properties that's residential and commercial? Are they left with the county? Do they go to the state? What happens to them?
So I understand your question. The other parcels that we take back that we buy.
The city you don't take all of them?
No.
So the ones that's left, what happens to those?
Yeah, then they go back and they have that same option as that we just get the first right of refusal. We don't have to take them. We pick the ones that make sense for us. Actually, a building department will get involved. Yes, they could be demos, which then the cost would be incurred by the company to demo them. But if we pass on them, they go back to the county.
Okay. Has the city approved any rental houses? Because under the contract that RT has, they can use some of them for rentals, but they have to get approval from the city.
Yeah. The first 2 years, this was a new program, the city council remembers, so there were some short time frames when rentals were in place during the transition. When this was reviewed, the language was changed by our attorney to make sure that it's home ownership. So we wanted to be clear. Some communities do a lot of rentals. My intent was to get homes that we could bring up and get families to buy that would be in the community. So the language was tweaked by Steve Hitchcock for ownership.
Okay. I'm asking again, what compensation does the city get from this? The city is doing them a favor by going in and getting the properties first.
Sure.
The company.
I think there's a huge benefit. I mean, if you think about it, these are the homes that are in disrepair, that need work at many different levels. In fact, they included in council's packet the before and after, and as you commented, looking at some of them, our team actually took a bus tour to look and personally inspect these. So not only did we take a home that we bring up that's turnkey, ready to go for a family, but what it tends to do is help bring up the neighborhood as well too. You've got people that own those homes that are now vested in those homes, so that's a huge benefit. We've talked for years about getting more rooftops, getting more families. The more families we have, the side benefit even helps the schools. So I think there's a huge benefit to it. It's a new program. I think some things went well the first couple of years. Probably where we needed to improve it was more lessen the disconnect more with buildings. So we've now really included the building department on a direct basis with reviewing the parcels, the homes, the process. Because I think that's key, making sure that we're holding the company accountable to bring it up to the level that we expect. So we learned something the first couple of years. The whole intent with taking this and opening it up to look at other companies, I think shows that we're trying to be transparent and make sure we're looking at the best companies to do that. In this packet, council will see that Bob McCrate's recommendation was very strong to go with RT because of the interaction with the building department and being able to hold them accountable. So huge benefit all the way around. We hope it continues to work well. If it does, we'll keep doing it. If it doesn't, then we won't. So.
I also kind of check them out on the internet, and they work with about 10 other cities with that same type of program, and some of the other cities have them doing coming in kind of doing other things to help the city out. I was just wondering, because they are making quite a bit of money off of if they get a foreclosure for say $6,000 and they sell it for rehab it and sell it for $130. That's 100%. I was just wondering if, because they are working in our city and we are helping them, so to speak, that they could help us get a grocery store.
I'll ask. I can tell you this, more rooftops help to that end. I can't promise you that, obviously, but we've heard that before. I can tell you that I personally talked to other communities that they do work, as well as there were other good companies involved in the interview process. So I feel that very strongly that Mr. McCrate's recommendation means a lot and that we'll hold them accountable and it'll bring a ton of value to our community. Thank you. If there are no other requests, is it okay if I proceed, Mr. Chairman?
Sure.
So for this item, this is a concurs with the recommendation of Robert McCray, our Director of Public Safety Director, Public Building Director, and also this is a concur with the administration to authorize the mayor and clerk to enter into a development agreement with Realty Transitions, LLC, for redevelopment and/or demolition of homes or properties that the city acquires from Wayne County from the 2018 tax foreclosure first right of refusal sale.
Mr. Chair, I'll make that motion for RFI 17/18-49 for the tax foreclosure property rehab program.
I'll support it.
It's been motioned by Ms. Roscoe, supported by Mr. Wadsworth for RFI 17/18-49 tax foreclosure property rehab program.
Discussion
from
Mr.
council. Mr. Wadsworth.
I guess my question would be, first of all, like Sharon, I agree with you. We need a grocery store. We have no expense ourselves on this. We get reimbursed.
Yeah, they pay
When
for
they're
building
being built,
permits.
they're paying the building fees for
Correct.
inspection, and we're right down the line. And so, all right.
Absolutely.
All right, fine. Thank you. And we
Okay.
need a grocery store, yes, we do.
Ms. Williams.
My question is, and my concern is, this is the third year that this company is awarded this bid. From the information that I received, and I didn't receive it until actually today, I just don't agree that we should continually send or allow the same company versus other companies to be able to receive the bids. I looked at the documents. I didn't see anything wrong with the other homes that the other real estate companies had rehabbed. So that's my opinion.
Okay, roll call vote. Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
No.
Ms. Webb?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Thank you, council. Next up is a item that has three different motions attached to it, so bear with me. This is a recommendation from Mary Duriard, our DDA director. The first of which, we have a lot coming up, obviously, in the fall. And the first one is asking for a motion to concur with the administration, authorize a no-fee permit for all Pumpkin Fest and Parade of Light activities during the Pumpkin Fest weekend, which is September 21st through the 23rd of 2018 this year.
Mr. Chairman, I'll move that we authorize a no-fee permit for all the Pumpkin Festival activity and the Parade of Lights.
Support.
Been motioned by Mr. Wadsworth, supported by Ms. Webb. This is for the Pumpkin Festival activities fee, no fee permit. Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Webb?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, the motion is approved.
And the second motion request is to concur with administration, authorize the closure of Hunt Street between Goddard and Bibbins, beginning 8 a.m., the closure of Goddard Road between Moore and the railroad tracks beginning at 12 p.m. on Friday, September 21st, and ending 8 p.m. Sunday, September 23rd of 2018.
Through the chair, if I may.
Yes, Ms. Webb.
I'd like to make that motion to concur with the administration and authorize the closure of the following streets.
Support.
It's been motioned by Ms. Webb, supported by Ms. Roscoe, for the closure of the following streets as mentioned by Councilwoman Webb. Ms. Webb?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Votes yes, motion approved.
Thank you. And the last motion for that item is to concur with the administration, authorize the closure of Goddard Road beginning at Wayne Road, ending at 5 Points, and that will be 7 p.m. on Friday, the 21st, and then reopening again at 10 p.m. that same evening for the Rotary Parade of Lights.
Mr. Chair, I'll make that motion to authorize the closure of Goddard Road, beginning at Wayne Road, ending at 5 Points, beginning at 7 p.m. on Friday, September 21st, 2018, reopening at 10 p.m. Friday, September 21st, 2018, for the Rotary Parade of Lights.
Support.
Been motioned by Ms. Roscoe, supported by Mr. Wadsworth, This is for to concur with the administration, authorize the closure of Goddard Road beginning at Wayne Road, ending at 5 points, beginning at 7 p.m. on Friday, September 21st, 2018, reopening at 10 p.m. Friday, September 21st, 2018 for Rotary Parade of Lights. Ms. Roscoe.
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth.
Yes.
Ms. Williams.
Yes.
Ms. Webb.
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Thank you, Council. And the last action item also is a request from Mary, and this is pertaining to kind of some special events that tie into some downtown. So what you have before you is a request for a motion to concur with administration and authorize a closure of Goddard Road, and that's going to be between Sterling and Shook, beginning at 9 p.m. on Friday, July 27th of this year, ending at 12 a.m., and then Saturday, July 28th as well, and then Friday, August 24th, same thing, 9 till midnight, and then Saturday, August 29th. And those are some community events that you're going to hear a lot more about that kind of work in conjunction following the sounds in downtown.
Through the chair, if I may.
Yes, Ms. Webb.
I'd like to make that motion to concur with the administration and authorize the closure of Goddard Road between Sterling Street and Shook Street beginning at 9 p.m. on Friday, July 27th, and ending at 12 a.m. on Saturday, July 28th, as well as Friday, August 24th, beginning at 9 p.m. until 12 a.m. on Saturday, August 29th, 2018, for the community events following the sounds in downtown.
Support.
Been motioned by Ms. Webb, supported by Ms. Roscoe, and this is for those road closures requests for the community events following sounds of downtown. Ms. Webb,
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe,
Yes.
Ms. Williams,
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth.
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Thank you, City Council. That concludes my report.
Thank you.
6A is the clerk's report, and we will have to change the wording on the resolution because at the demolition hearing earlier this evening, the property of 35606 Bibbins, it was approved by our Building and Safety Director, Robert McCrate, to remove that property from the demolition list. So we're asking
Mr.
for
Chairman, I'll
approval.
move that we remove the 35606 Bibbins from the demolition list.
Support.
It's been motioned by Mr. Wadsworth, supported by Ms. Webb, for approval to remove from the demolition list of that 35606 Bivens. Any discussion? No discussion. Mr. Wadsworth.
Yes.
Ms. Webb.
Yes.
Ms. Williams.
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe.
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
6B is the treasurer's report, and she does not have a report this evening, which takes us to 7, which is public comment. Individuals who would like to address City Council must raise their hand, and when recognized by the chair, approach the podium and state their name and address. Remarks shall be limited to 3 minutes, subject to being extended an additional 3 minutes by consent of the chairperson. There shall be no personal attacks, and remarks shall not contain any profanity, racial, ethnic, sexual, or national origin slurs or overtones. This public meeting shall not be used to campaign for elected office and may not be used to support or oppose any candidate or ballot proposals. Anyone not adhering to these rules shall lose their right to address City Council. A response to any questions and/or concerns will be provided under Agenda Item Number 8, Unfinished Business, only if the information is available. Otherwise, responses that require further investigation will be given at a later date. And we have one written request this evening from Sandra Kraut.
Okay. And another thing, I want to reinstall that 3 minutes. If you need more time, just let me know. We're not going to hold you to the gun and say 3 minutes is up. We're just for respect for other people in the audience. If you need more than 3 minutes, just let me know, and then we can see what we can work out. Mrs. Kraut.
Sandra Kraut, 9640 Washington Street, Romulus, Michigan. I would like to remind everyone to vote Tuesday, August 7th. If you normally vote absentee but have not received the usual application, call the city clerk's office. I understand there was a state software glitch, and my husband and I did not receive ours. I called, and it's being corrected. Everyone should value their opportunity to be able to vote.
Okay, thank you. Any other comments from the audience? Ms. Lemon.
Good evening, everyone. Jan Lemon, Porter Street. First of all, Kathy, if you're home watching, get well soon. We're all here for you. If you need anything, just call. Second, I would like to invite everyone who can to come up to the VFW on Friday night. It's Taco Margarita night, and the VFW needs our support. Also, keep your eyes open for the Medal of Honor recipient ceremony that will be August the 23rd at 6 p.m. in the cemetery. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Lemon. Any other comments from the audience? No more comments from the audience? Deputy Clerk, we're going to close that part out.
Okay, we'll go on to number 8, unfinished business. 9 is new business.
Mr. Barton.
Yes, Mr. Wadsworth.
If I can, to the mayor. Mayor, I got some calls this past weekend on Pennsylvania between Inkster and Middlebelt. The ditches have weeds in them that have gone as high as 10 to 12 feet. And some of the people that live in those subdivisions say they're having a hard time seeing the traffic on Pennsylvania. I'm not sure if that's our responsibility or Wayne County.
We'll check it out.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
I did take a ride from end to end, and they do, it's bad.
10 is communication.
Williams? Okay.
I would just like to let all the residents know during the APA, the Coleman Center Festival, 3-day festival, on Friday night, the movie night, all of the refreshments are free to all the residents. All you need to do is bring a chair. Thank you.
Thank you.
And number 11 is warrant 18-14.
Mr. Chair, I'll make a motion to accept warrant 18-14 as follows. General Fund, $109,136.52. Major Street Fund, $3,400.53. Local Street Fund, $2,167.50. Cable TV, $8.98. Merriman Road Special Assessment, $368.95. Street Lighting Fund, $42,726.09. Oakwood SAD, $367.12. Garbage and Rubbish Collection Fund, $540. Law Enforcement, $30,866.32. Narcotic Forfeiture State Fund, $36 and a penny. Library Fund is $6,780.15. DDA, $13,502.75. Tifa District Number 2, $976.89. Court Building Construction Fund, $393,533.78. Vining Road Extension Ecourse Construction, $123,305.94. Water and Sewer Fund, $365,982.59. Motor Vehicle Fund, $19,905.69. Technology Services, $1,338.69. Retirees Insurance Benefits, $3,605.84. Property and Liability Self-Insurance, $520,286. Revolving fund is $11,317.25. General tax fund is $6,142.50 for a total of $1,656,296.09.
Support.
It's been motioned by Ms. Roscoe, supported by Ms. Webb, to pay warrant number 18-14 for $1,656,296.09. Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Ms. Webb?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth? Chair votes yes. Warrant number 18-14 will be paid.
Number 12 is adjournment.
So moved.
Support.
It's been motioned by Mr. Wadsworth, supported by Ms. Roscoe for adjournment. Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Ms. Webb?
Yes.
Chair votes yes. We are adjourned. Thank you.